So men's first round action continues. Match of the day. 15 we're bringing you here from Jakarta, the Istora Stadium. This in red from Korea is Lee Dong-hyun. Bottom of the top half of the draw. Two is Paropali. In
this side. Service.
Near end. 27-year-old. So he's ranked 33 in the world, the man in red from Korea. He's been as high as 21 in the 14. Played 13 tournaments. He won one in the Korean Grand Prix. 4 second-round appearances: Denmark Open, Hong Kong Open, German Open, and the Asian Champs, and 8 first-round finishes. So a very mixed year. Only really performing well in the Korean Grand Prix. And, 12 tournaments of, yeah, it's okay. His form was okay, but losing sort of first or second round. So his opponent today, Tien Nguyen of Vietnam, age 32. World rank 34, just 1 place below his opponent. He's been as high as 5th in the world back in September 2013, a couple of years ago. Resides in Ho Chi Minh City, the Vietnamese national team since 2000. Only played once before, and it was Lee Dong-hyun who won on that occasion, 21-16 in the deciding game at the All England Open in March 2014. Confirmation of our umpire, Paul Buffen from Denmark. And the other side of the court, the scorer, I'm not even going to pronounce that, the service judge. But they have to have their wits about them, the court officials, because it's a loud, raucous atmosphere. It's a delightful, knowledgeable crowd. Very friendly and happy, these Indonesian. Tien Minh, he lost in the 3rd round of the World Championships last year. He's played 9. He was runner-up in Russia, St. Petersburg White Knights, semi-finals in the Vietnam Grand Prix, and he's made 2 second rounds losses as well. So judging by his career, man in blue obviously has a lot of talent. Consistency of results in bigger. He was a bronze medalist in the 2013 World Championships.
First round losses as well, but then again, it's to players like Shrikant, Tien Cho of Taiwan, Chen Long, Dionysius Rumbaka. So it's not bad losses. It's just 5 losses in a row, and that hurts your self-confidence a little bit. And as you say, he's probably past his prime, and I think the bronze medal at the 2013 World Championships was the highlight of his career, and I think he knows with himself that he's not going to repeat that, and that makes it a little bit difficult to sort of muster up the same kind of motivation he would have otherwise. But he's been playing, and he's actually one of the players who can benefit a little bit from playing with the wind, because he doesn't have a big smash, so he'll get a little bit of help from playing with the wind here, and also being one of the fastest, perhaps the fastest player despite his age on the circuit. So he definitely has the speed to cover the court. Something falling down from the roof. I think it's just some paper. Please. Luckily it was in between the rallies. It's not gone.
Was that thrown onto court, Steve, or
no,
was it dropped, did it?
It dropped from the ceiling.
I thought so, because the fans here seem quite respectful, to be fair. You wouldn't imagine that happening. always frustrating as a player, isn't it, when you just want to get
Excuse
your
me.
campaign underway. Umpire ushering him back. He's missed a couple of drops of sweat or something or other that Nguyen is insisting he moves away. But they're level at 3-all. First game, nothing between them. This Korean-Vietnamese encounter. Men's first round singles we're bringing you from the Astora Stadium. The Total BWF World Championships 2015. You're in the company of Steen Pedersen and Paul Hand. Delighted to have you along. Next up, we're going to have Gillian Clark and Jesper Larsen. They'll be taking you through offering.
3-all. Play. Service over. 4-3.
Tien Nguyen shot to the left shoulder of Lee. Very hard to defend.
Service over. 4-all.
Still nothing between them. Both hit the ground running out here. Sparkling start from both.
Give us a hint on the side drift, perhaps, that it's coming from left to right. Let's see if we can get any other indications.
6-4. Service over.
Excellent clear
5-6.
from Tien Nguyen within that rally, knocking his opponent Lee off balance.
That's exactly the key to get your opponent off balance, because in these windy conditions, if you're off balance, it's much harder to control the shots, and that's exactly what we saw, that an easy mistake was created from Lee Keun.
Service over. 7-6.
Just as Nguyen was looking for 3 in a row, it's the lead once again.
Service over.
Says the umpire, or suggests the umpire. Absolutely.
That saved him a challenge, because that was clearly in the way I see it. Let's see here. It's in. So that saved the Korean a challenge. He would have been unsuccessful, but still got 2 left now. No, he's not talking to the referee, he's talking to one of the other Korean coaches. Clearly understood what was going on. Well played.
Just closed that net down so quickly, didn't he there, Nguyen? The fans to the left there, with the inflatable clappers going berserk. They've got the drum out and everything. They're just having a great time. There's only a small pocket of them. But what a noise they're making. It creates a fabulous atmosphere. As that smash just lands right in the corner. From Nguyen. Shuttle ripped apart. Shredded again. Needs replacing. Makes you wonder just how many shuttles they get through in a championship of this quality. Often changing sort of 10, 20 a game.
You can see that
or a match, I should say.
The Irish judge has like 8 side of probably difference. Oh, you can't afford to make that mistake on that side of the court. Lee Keun. Just let the opponent create the points for himself. And another indication that the side drift is left to right. Not that much.
Service over. 9-10.
So a very tightly contested first game between these two.
Service over. 11-9. Interval.
So as they head to the interval then, it's Nguyen with the 2-point advantage, 11 points to 9. After just 8 minutes played, it's been very, very nip and tuck the whole way so far. And miraculously, the noise from the Indonesian fans just to the left there just hasn't stopped. It's been incessant throughout. It must be being paid very phenomenal. Great fun.
Court 1, 20. Court 1, 20 seconds.
It's excellent having these spectators here creating a good atmosphere already from the first matches of this Total World Championship.
Yes, Tommy Sugiarto really igniting them.
11-9.
The lefty, local man from
Play.
Jakarta, had a win just prior to this, 21-16, 21-13 over Pablo Abia. Now into the 6th match of the day of 15. Nguyen then just starting to accelerate away from Lee Dong of Korea.
Seems like keeping up with the Vietnamese.
You could definitely see the drift there from left to right.
13-9.
That one was only marginally going out from the start as it left the racket of the red-shirted man, and then just look at that, almost hits the outside tram.
And I think it's the last 2 meters. It sort of blows out because I think it was perfectly directed from the beginning.
Well, as the world rankings suggest, it was always going to be a close contest with just one world ranking spot between them. 33 ranked in red, place 34 ranked in light blue. Wow. Oh, that's a fabulous snatch.
15-9.
It's not really looking good for Lee Dong-kyung right now. Lost 4 straight points coming off the interval.
The idea was right, but the execution of the drop,
15.
just clipping the tape.
About to say well left, but Nguyen just called it in, and
Tien took that challenging, didn't he?
yeah, I think he took a thought about it, but then again, he's ahead, and he might realise that it was actually quite close. In.
Oh,
Yeah,
yes,
close
you're
in.
absolutely right. Again, the drift pulls it in.
Over.
And Nguyen, to his credit, the standout feature of his
11.
game so far is that the light blue-shirted Nguyen is just incredibly fit. Makes a lot of time around the shuttle because he is so fast and fleet-footed. So So here he is, 16-11 to the good then, serving.
Seventeen, 11.
There.
Play.
Running away with things a little now, Nguyen, you feel?
Yeah, he's in control. He's in total control. And, Lee has trouble keeping up the pace. That's well played.
Service over.
Well, Nguyen going for the off
12,
backhand drop shot and getting that
17.
completely wrong. Easy pickings for Lee. And this one here, he gets it wrong. Set it far too high.
Tien.
Easy dispatch.
Tien.
It's so important in this hole to be quick on your feet, because it's really, really difficult to play with high accuracy. And you have to sort of be ready all the time. Opponent can't really put the pressure on you that they would like to.
Service over. 18-12.
It's funny, the drift, Steen, seems to have almost picked up. It seems very prominent now from left to right as we look down from our commentary position. It didn't seem that way from the start, did it?
If you're not sort of aware of this, then you will make tons of mistakes. We saw Pablo Avian in the second game sort of insisting on trying to find the baseline. I don't think he's found it yet. He's probably searching still somewhere outside the hole. And the same goes for a little bit for Lee Dong-kyun here, insisting on playing to the backhand side of Tien and Nguyen. He's pretty unsuccessful.
Oh, just so deceptive off those forehands.
12.
So that brings up 8 game points, and rightly so. He's outperformed Lee so far, playing some sublime badminton. Just that little bit more in touch with conditions. Nguyen.
Game. Lee Dong-kyun challenges. Called in.
A desperate challenge, you feel.
Yeah. That's the best that can happen. As he wins this challenge and still loses the first game. I think he's going to lose the challenge and the game.
Upstairs to a challenge. It's either confident of it landing on the line or in, indeed, from Nguyen, which will make him seize the first game, 21-12. Let's have a look.
No, he's right.
Oh, he is right as well. It's
a good challenge.
Challenge successful.
So we resume.
Service over. 13-20.
So survives one game point then, Lee. Still 7 to avert.
Oh. Game.
He was thinking of challenging again, wasn't he? But there we are,
First
though.
game won by Tien Nguyen, 21-13.
Tien Nguyen seals that first game after just 17 minutes of play. 21-13 as they change ends. Looking good then for the Vietnamese player, who had been bronze medalist here in 2013 in Guangzhou in the World Championships. Been as high as top 5. Well, it's going to be really interesting, Steen, isn't it, to see how Lee Dong-kyun fares. The other side of the net, frankly, because he's kind of got, as indeed did Pablo Abian, the sort of judgment. You know, his radar was quite off, wasn't it,
Yeah.
from this near end. It's going to be interesting to see how he fares from the far end, which you thought might be less favourable.
Yeah, and he needs to try to control the rallies and attack and play the front court. He will have a difficult time playing the back court, and I think that the Tien Nguyen will cancel him. Keun.
With Pablo Abian, didn't we?
20 seconds.
Sugiarto, that
Court
far
one,
end is tricky to play.
seconds.
Any of those clears tending to go long of the back line. Just to remind you, you're watching a first-round men's single. This is our 6th match in wall-to-wall badminton. We started 9 o'clock local, finishing probably around beyond this evening.
Play.
This man, Nguyen, again.
Oh, a nice little deception from
One love.
Tien Nguyen. Still manages to keep it inside the right sideline. Look at this here at the net. Beautifully disguised.
I bet Lee feels hard done by there, because anything he hit from left to right just spilled long, spilled wide immediately.
That's well played.
Service over.
Very well played by Lee Dong-kyung.
1-all.
Quality shots there.
On.
Heavy smash from Lee Dong-kyung.
3-1.
He's a powerfully built man, is the red-shirted Korean. Very explosive.
That's difficult.
Service
If he
over.
can set himself up for
2,
these powerful
3.
smashes, then he has a chance, because they will be a little bit harder than usual, because he gets help from the wind, and difficult to return for Tien Nguyen.
3-all.
But yeah, from the body language, we have to say that the Vietnamese players, the clear favorite here, looks a lot more confident.
Yeah, he just looks that little bit more assured, the light blued shirted Nguyen.
Oh, excellent variation.
4-3.
Well, Lee did well there to almost turn this around, but final smash that was just blasted right at his body. Into the right pocket, as they say.
Lee.
Lee just reminded by the umpire to flick the sweat to the side of the court, please.
4-3.
Oh, very, very lucky for
Service over.
Lee Dong-kyung.
4-4.
Stops on top of the tape before it drops on the side of Tien Nguyen. It's one of the shots that you normally make 1 out of 10 times.
Service over. 5-4.
Nice reflexive turnaround on the backhand side then from Nguyen there. Just doing a great job keeping his nose in front out here and keeping his man where he wants him. Lee very much under pressure now.
Not quite what you expect when you fire a good smash away that the opponent can pick up cross long.
That's a beautiful drop smash from Lee. He was under a lot of pressure there physically. That was a grueling rally, but he controlled the racket head so well.
And very good to move Tien and Nguyen from side to side. It's very, very fast forwards and backwards, but side to side he's a little bit more human.
Finish. Clawing this back nicely, but having to work very, very hard.
Excellent rally. Really well played there, and I suppose that's some of the rallies that we're going to see for the remainder of this second game, because we can see that compared to the first game, Tien and Nguyen doesn't attack as much from this side as he did from the other side, so he leaves a bit more initiative with Lee Dong-kyun, and so it's up to him to sort of be patient enough to create good chances for himself.
Words of tactical advice from Steen Pedersen alongside forehand, enjoying this one.
Service over.
Another lucky net call for Lee Dong-kyun.
Oh, fabulous. And as you said, Steen, so aptly in your wording just prior, Lee just demonstrating such patience, building the point really, really well and pulling the trigger at the right time. Having been well down, is suddenly now finds himself marginally in the lead here in the second game for the first time. Didn't he, a sitter? He'd done all the donkey work, testament to his physicality, got the high backhand, but just missed it, and just gesturing to the umpire that he wants to go for the towel.
It takes a little bit too long time to come forward for Lee Dong-kyun, and I think he aimed a little bit too much to the where we are watching.
And that was a rally you feel he won that one, and with the point prior that he won as well, really building up some momentum and some steam and impetus behind himself, but just losing out there. So just level our second game. He played really well at that end from our commentary position, which has been the end that really troubled Pablo Abian against Sugiarto in the match prior.
He's kept control, but also Nguyen has been a little bit too passive, in my opinion. That's his normal playing style, but just doesn't work here. And then again, for some of the viewers, it might sound silly that oh, there's some wind and so on, because someone will say to everybody, everybody's playing on this. That's true. Nothing could be more wrong, and all foolish to say that players are the same, or whether they play on grass, on hard court, or on clay. There's a big difference on what skills you need. And that's the same here, whether there's a lot of drift or there's almost no drift.
So big advantage to the home players, you'd imagine, having maximum exposure in a venue like this.
Yeah.
Men managing the conditions really well here. We've seen some scintillating points.
Good deception.
He's very deceptive, isn't he, Nguyen? I've noticed that off both sides.
It's important compared to what we discussed earlier about getting the opponent off balance. You can put a little bit of deception, a little bit of disguise in your shots. Harder for the opponent. Good save.
He is stretching every sinew, isn't he, Lee Dong-Kyun, just trying to keep up with Nguyen. It's an amazing match, very accurate, both men. But, look at this, line to line. And no wonder his quads are so big. They're about the size of my chest, because he's just having to work physically so hard. Really leaving no stone unturned in their preparation, and leaving it all out on the match court. Both of these men, it's been a really engaging encounter so far. Look at this.
Court 1, 20 seconds. Court 1, 20 seconds.
So umpire really having to raise his voice to be heard in this loud Istora Stadium. It's only really, to be fair, about a fifth of that. He got a little bit more full when Sugiarto played his match just prior to this.
Of course, the Indonesian fans, they also look at the schedule and say, when is the Indonesian players playing? That's the one that we want to see the most. So probably turning up later in the day.
And you have to credit both players. It's been a really good level of intensity that they've pitched out here. Nguyen doing really well to keep his nose in front, despite a strong comeback from Lee. Yeah, the clear a bit short, wasn't it?
12-8.
Lee Dong-Kyun was quite a bit lucky with two net court shots that gave him 2 points. He could as well have been behind 14-6 now. The favorite to win this match.
Service 9.
Keeps on scrapping for every single point, like his life depends on it.
Yeah, and he's searching and searching for finding the playing needed here.
It's an Adrian. In fact, both men, of course. Just spilling wide
10,
of that sideline then, Nguyen.
And we know also that Lee Dong-Kyun normally a more patient player, but there's just not room for patience here.
Service over. 13-10.
He was waiting for that lift.
Service over. 11-13.
Nguyen could make life a little bit easier for himself if he's using a bit more of those deceptive net shots.
Yes. Tien.
Very deciding.
And again, from today,
Service over.
the clears
14-11.
going long from the final. Years between these two. The Vietnamese player in light blue, 32 years old. Oh, wonderful. Two assured points back to back from Lee to level up at 14 all. He's still in this fight.
Yeah, and Nguyen has become too passive again. When he plays the net, he takes a small step backwards and sort of leaves the front court open. And that gives all the initiative to Lee Dong-kyung. Let's see if he can capitalize on that and force a decider.
Service over. 15-14.
Oh, lucky for Nguyen, that one.
Well, he's done well because he hasn't played many high clears from the far end, which is sensible. And as you say, he's been blending his point very patiently and playing short very effectively. Playing some nice angles. Well left.
Service over. 15 all.
He certainly needs to attack on that one because it's so hard judging the clear. And we didn't see where he actually was standing when he was hitting that clear, but I suspect that he was quite a bit short of the baseline.
Oh, the hesitancy cost him.
Service over. 16-15.
Brilliant turnaround from. He was under a lot of pressure physically there. Drop from Lee, but controlled that well.
Play. Service over. 16 all.
Again, the characterful red-shirted Lee showing a lot of courage to level up. 2 points in a row for him then.
Momentum has shifted. Shifted here in the second game.
Oh, he didn't expect.
17.
What another punishing rally.
Yes.
3 in a row for Lee Dong-kyung. Really competing very, very well. Extremely focused right now. Good passage of play from both, but favouring the Korean. got behind it really well. Great execution.
18-16.
It's a strong comeback by Lee Dong-kyun. Was trailing 8-12. Now leading by 2 down. I have a feeling that it's pretty much Nguyen who's sort of let him back into the game. Yeah. It was hesitating, Nguyen, but it went long by
17-18. White court. Yes. Thank you.
Gonna fight for the initiative in the rally, Nguyen, if he wants to finish this match in 2 games. Could be really important in the next round, facing P. Kashyap from India.
Yeah, that's it, the 10th seed. But particularly, I think you're absolutely right, considering as well that these guys
17-18.
haven't had the luxury of the bye. In fact, it's only Chen Long, the top seed in the men's singles, that gets that. So it's a long, long week for them, isn't it? Yeah. Particularly if they're involved in doubles or mixed. Physically grueling.
Going to go long as well. Good save by Dong-kyun.
It's an amazing point, really good. That's how to turn defense into attack from Lee. Doing very well because Nguyen was targeting his forehand with most of the Vietnamese attack.
Yes.
And Lee very alert to that. It's been such a tight match throughout. Neither man being able to sort of accelerate far away from the other throughout. Up and tuck. He's made it. Fantastic point from both again.
20.
To Lee's delight, that brings up 3 game points to level up here and treat us to possibly a 3rd game.
Yes.
Just gesturing at those sweat.
Stay on court.
In the service box.
Stay on. No. Lee. Lee. Come here. If I say stay on court, you stay on court, okay?
Very assertively said by the umpire, and rightly so.
Yeah,
they have the ultimate say. Without that respect, we've nothing. So 3 game points to level up then at a game apiece if he can convert one of these 3.
good shot.
Fantastic backhand angle from Nguyen.
18,
under game
20.
point pressure.
Play. $19-20.
Well, he had 3 game points, 2 of them squandered for this man. It's been a punishing 44 minutes of play for both. Nothing between them on the rankings, just 1 spot. frustrating.
All.
He's
Going
very
to be
nervous.
decided by 2 clear points, of course.
Very nervous, Lee Dong-kyun right now. Hasn't really given himself a chance in either of those three. The first match point was actually quite okay, but the last two was clear mistakes. Well played. Very alert in the flat game there.
So despite squandering
21-20.
3 game points, he's engineered a 4th. And another survival point. Both men desperate to earn a berth in round 2, where Parapali, the 10th seed, will await if he beats Eric Mace. Excellent play by the Korean Lee Dong-kyun, and in frustration,
Second game won by Lee
Nguyen
Dong-kyun.
drops his racket.
22-20. 1 game all.
That's crushing, having had such advantage. So we're locked in then. We're going to be treated to a 3rd and deciding game after the interval. Do stay with us here in this men's first round singles encounter. Can't take my eyes off it personally. Brilliant match. It's going to be tough telling which way this one's going to swing next, Tien.
Yeah,
It is. Change of ends.
It is. I think maybe Nguyen is a little bit more tired. Of course, he's a bit more tired than the match, but in the fact that he is not able to maintain the same kind of pressure on the side, finishing his attack, he hasn't really been able to score in the second game the way he did in the first. So Lee Dong-kyun, yeah, this match has already changed once, so why not
Court 1, 20
another
seconds.
time?
Court 1, 20 seconds.
The 2 players will tackle this first part of the 3rd game.
Well, the story goes that Nguyen came out, won the first game 21 points to 13 after 17 minutes, and then it was a very, very closely contested second game decided by Lee Dong-kyun in the end, 22-20. So just sort of found a way, sheer will and character and resolve got him through.
Final game.
But now, as you said, what's going to happen?
Love all.
You feel all depends on the start of this game. Lee to get us underway in the deciding game. This first round encounter. Judging by the scoreline 21-13 in the first game, where both men started on these sides of the net, you'd feel that perhaps Nguyen is slight favourite, but of course he lost the momentum in that second game very much. Does he have the character to score and turn it his way? Former bronze medalist from Guangzhou World Championships 2013.
And a whole different kind of bite in that smash compared to the second game. Very short burst from Dong-kyun.
3-love.
Didn't even reach the middle of the court.
Service over. 1-3. Service over. 4-1.
Early advantage then to the Vietnamese player.
It's like both players on this near side of the court. They stand back a little bit and is sort of awaiting what's going to happen. And that's not the way to do it. You simply have to work exactly as the court as on the other side, because you need to have the attack.
5-1.
Lee needs to have the attack defended.
Well, he certainly hasn't contaminated the deciding game with the loss of that second, the Vietnamese player. Doing a great job mentally. What a start in this third game.
6-1.
Lee is just a completely different player at this end of the court, seemingly. Certainly lost his focus.
Service over. 2-7.
Well, that point greeted by a mini roar from Lee Keun, who's trying to generate some energy and momentum and body language.
And also, we have to remember that he struggled a bit to sort of close that second game, and perhaps he's not mentally totally ready here for the third game. It sounds strange, but it might just be the case that it requires so much of you mentally playing under these conditions that
3-7.
just a little lack of concentration, and you're simply not in the rallies. Lee.
Yeah, it was a short clear from Nguyen there, wasn't it? Just clipping the tape on the way through. Now, can Lee build to get back in? He's only 3 points. Talking of drift, that one just pulling the shuttle from left to right marginally, to the frustration of Nguyen.
Yeah, clearly so, because he was in a fantastic position to win the point, and instead he immediately lost it. That's not he's totally alert and ready.
5 in a row then for Lee, who was 7-1 down. You. That was a bullying smack.
Yeah,
full of intent.
8-6.
Again, very short list from Lee.
Yes. Service over.
Best badminton of late.
Out. Service over. 9-7.
Short by the umpire. And that first service line is actually the only line not covered by Hawkeye. So you can't challenge on that line.
Well, in his attempt to clear, it went very high but very short. Easy pickings for the man from Vietnam. Their first ever medalist, former top 5 player. No doubting his pedigree, but he's had up and down performances this year.
Service over. 8-11, sorry, 8-10.
Clever play from Lee.
11-8.
He knows that he has to clear, if he is to, on the left-hand side of the court from our commentary position. But of course, that plays into the forehand smash of his opponent, which is powerful. So, Tien, Minh, Nguyen with a 3-point advantage then in this third and deciding game here. Things looking up for him.
Yeah, interesting to see if it will be enough. Remember, he had a 12-8 lead in the second game. That wasn't